Hi everybody, this is episode 2 of To Be Feminine. Yay! The intro and outro I filmed for some reason aren't on the SD card, but that's okay. I have the actual video, and that's what's most important, even though it's frustrating. Whatever. I'm not gonna crash out about it again. But yeah, this episode is with Mimi and Naomi. We just had some good conversation about some of the basics of, just like, well, not the basics, but we just talked about girlhood and femininity, and I really liked it. This was supposed to be the first episode, but not everything worked out the way that I planned. But it's okay. I hope you guys enjoy. I'm gonna do the plug now because I'm not gonna put an outro. I'm just not gonna put another one of these long ass white screens. So, follow us on Instagram to be feminine. Take the survey at the in the under the video. If you want to be on the show. Subscribe, obviously, like, share, repost. Don't be a hater, guys. Don't be a hater. Share, repost. Come on. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. It was fun. They're really a key, and they had some good conversation for us. So, yeah. Okay, hi everybody. Today on To Be Feminine, we have Mimi and Naomi. I'm just gonna ask them a couple questions, and we're just gonna talk about some things to do with femininity and girlhood. So, you guys can introduce yourselves. You can say like your Instagram handle or anything. So, yeah.
Oh shit. Okay. Can I curse?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, my name is Naomi. My Instagram handle is Nitromi with a 0.
My name's Mimi. I'm a psych major, no Instagram.
I'm an adolescent and I'm an adolescent education and English major.
Period. Okay, so the first question I have for you guys is, how do you define being a girl or femininity? Like, it doesn't have to be anything too crazy, but just like any little thing in your day to day that makes you feel like this is girlhood, this is what it's like to be a girl.
How do I define being a girl?
That's such a complicated answer because like being a girl is not easy.
It's not easy.
I feel like that's one of the things that defines being a girl, that it's hard.
Challenges, issues, obstacles.
Like women are usually more likely to be like kind of mature, intelligent, and like
However, our intelligence is always doubted.
I think that's literally just what being a girl is. Like I think if you're like one of those people that like it's how some definitions like the definition of culture, like there's a million definitions of that, or there's a million definitions of being a girl or whatever. Like you could literally just say being punished by society all the time for anything.
I mean, that's part of the reason for what, like, my mission statement behind her or whatever is because I feel like there's so many different types of girls in the world, but then we all experience the same exact type of challenges. And then what about you?
I feel like there's a lot of different versions of girls. And it's hard navigating girlhood when you have these different stereotypes and these different role models in your life. Like you'll see like supermodels or whatever, and then you'll hear these stories about them doing coke or being assaulted or this, that, and third, and then it'll be like your childhood idols, and it's just thrown in your face like, ooh, this girl was a bad person, and this girl did this girl did that, and you're thinking like, okay, but when I was younger, I wanted to be like her, this, that, and third. And then it's just so complicated navigating girlhood through this society. In other cultures, it gets harder. You're judged by everything. Also, hey man, I learned something today. As a girl, you are not allowed to be ugly. Okay, if you are a girl and you're ugly, you're cooked. It's over. You can't do anything.
I'm not joking. I dead ass heard like, and I feel bad saying this back because like he's a friend of my boyfriend, but he said, I kid you not, I can't be friend with ugly girls. Like I can't be friend with chopped girls. Like
They don't want you to be ugly at any point, and it's just
like what does that have to do with you being her
meanwhile,
friend?
there's girls out here talking about their type is medium ugly.
Yes, you cannot be medium ugly as a girl. There's chopped and then there's cute. There's bad. You cannot be medium ugly. Men will literally base their respect level on how cute they think you are. Or that's insane.
Yeah, and that's another thing. Like there'll be like that distinction where like, oh, she's cute but she's not hot, or she's pretty but she's not sexy.
She's not bad.
Like
she don't got no ass. She don't got no titties, bitch. Hold on.
They really feel like we're living here for them just to look at.
That too.
It's just like, okay.
I feel like being a girl It's about society seeing you as a sex symbol, and then you have to take that back. You have to change that. You have to become who you are. Yeah.
And how do you not like have stigma around it though? Like that's the worst part. Sorry, we're just rambling.
No,
Like,
that's good. That's what I want.
like what's the like you know what I mean? Like I feel like navigating gender, sex, like not just sex like biological, but sex with someone else.
Exactly.
Like that's so complicated when you feel like this disconnect from society and how they view you and how you view yourself.
And especially the way that we're taught to think about sex growing up as girls, it's so shunned. So
And the way men think about girls having sex.
yeah.
Like they're doing it to you, not with you.
Yeah.
And like the idea that there's so many girls who instead of like they'll be at the beach, right? You're supposed to be in the moment having fun, but what are you thinking about? Your cellulite or your rolls or whatever? Like
Your coochie hanging out of your swimsuit.
like bro, that's not even your fault, bro. Like
A
you
man
didn't do
looking
anything.
at you sunbathing. A man approaching you while you're sunbathing.
Always have to be
That's the worst.
Oh my God.
And then they don't leave you alone.
They don't leave you alone. They keep coming back. They wait till you get out the water. Yo,
Mm-hmm.
what's good? No.
You say something, it's an issue. You don't say something, why didn't you say something?
Exactly. It's yeah.
Also, the way like I've been seeing so many IG reels where it'll be this young girl dressed in like a crop top or a mini skirt, and then the comments are just completely sexualizing her and being like, oh, like you shouldn't raise your children like this. I don't think that young girls can sexualize themselves. That's not a thing. You as a person, you're sexualizing this young girl. It doesn't matter if she has on a fucking crop top or little shorts. She's a child.
That's my thing though. Some of y'all for real be pedophiles because how do you look at a child and that's the first thing that comes to your
Yes.
Because women in general are literally akin to children in some people's eyes
for real.
and in society's eyes. Like the amount of power and then the amount of respect that you get. Like the way that you're treated is as if you're a child. And either of those things is wrong. Like neither of those groups need to be treated unfairly. Like
There's always going
Go ahead.
okay. There's always going to be somebody trying to control you as a woman. Either it's your professor, your boss, your parents, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, whoever. There's always going to be somebody trying to control you because they see themselves as above you just because you're a female.
That's one of my things. I feel like femininity is seen as weakness or just lesser than in general, especially if you're somebody who really lives in their femininity. If you're a beautiful woman and you know that, they feel like
intimidated.
They feel threatened.
And they will definitely think you're not intelligent because
exactly, they're not gonna think you're smart.
yeah.
Like, it's,
Which is probably like the most stupid thing because why wouldn't a pretty person be smart or the other way around? Like when you think about it, right? Like if someone is pretty, that probably means that they've gotten a lot of like resources in their life.
Exactly.
So why wouldn't they be smart?
Like, fashionable and they are like well dressed. They, like you said, they have resources in their life. They've actually put attention to detail to their look.
To yourself and others. It just takes a lot of effort, and it's just the idea that the male is like the alpha species, the dominant species, and you're supposed to be submissive. That's like how a lot of people live their everyday life.
I think the worst part, bro, like I think you know when the pandemic started and like I don't know, oh my god, I can't remember, but like I remember seeing a post about how when you're in your room, if you think about people looking at you and like what you look like from another perspective, you have like men in your head. Like you know what I mean? Like you're being controlled. And I was like, and I thought about it, and I don't know if this is weird, like, but I think about that type of stuff all the time. Like when I'm in bed laying down sometimes, and then I look at myself and I'm like, is this like attractive? Like, am I attractive right now? Or like, am I like, and like, or like if I'm in the mirror, like, and I'm looking at myself, I just always think about like, what if someone was watching me right now from the window? Like, am I still attractive? That's weird. Like, why are you thinking like that? But I am, and it's like, it's not like, I don't know.
It almost goes back to what we said about earlier, like if you're not attractive, you're not valuable to some people, so you feel like you have to be attractive or pretty in every situation just to be normal. And then like for you to look ugly or not look your best is just the worst thing possible for some people. Like a girl not being presentable is just like.
For some people, it's worse than death.
Like
I will see TikToks about girls crying on camera, complaining that how they're not pretty enough, this, that, and third, and how they're having suicidal thoughts or they hate themselves, they hate their life simply because they aren't attractive. And that is insane.
Like, it's not even, it's like sad for them, and then it's also sad that like that's a case that is common. Like, why? I don't know. I think it all starts too, sadly, with like your mother. Like the way your mother teaches you about being a woman affects so much, and the way that she views being a woman. Like, I don't know.
And the way your father views you becoming a woman. For some women, getting their period is like a canon event.
No, literally. I thought I committed sin, and I kept it from my mom. I kept it a secret because I thought like it was a punishment from God. Because you know how that's what they teach you kind of in the Bible, that like because of Eve's sins, like that's why. So I thought, oh, because of my sins, now it's my turn. Bruh.
I have another question. What moments or experiences shaped your understanding of femininity?
What moments?
Yeah. I mean, like, that was a good example.
Mm-hmm.
Something like.
You know that Beyonce song, Pretty Hurts?
Yeah.
The music video? That music video changed my fucking life. I was like,
Changed my life. Nicki Minaj, Anaconda. Great song. I think like moments. First one, obviously getting your period. Crazy ass moment. Having a crush on someone for the first time, even if it's a boy. Having like a sexual talk with your parents, where they try to give you like that sex ed talk or whatever, or even bringing up like, hey mom, I like this boy. Don't have sex. You're gonna get pregnant. Don't do that.
oh my god, if he's mean to you, he likes you. I feel like that made me realize a lot about like what I was expected to behave like and accept. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, so I gotta be one of those sit down and take it type of people? I don't know about all that. And then I think also when like I was younger, have you seen this where it's like if someone as an adult told you when you were a child that you should be a lawyer when you're older, it was actually an insult.
That's why I say that you're a bitch.
They've been talking shit. Like they were like, Naomi, you just have too many strong opinions as a little girl. Like you should be a lawyer. You argumentative piece of shit. Like, okay.
That's so weird.
Instances where like even if it was like your family members or like opposite sex people coming over and they're telling you that you have to change your clothes in your own home.
That shit's traumatizing. Like, what's this? Oh my god. For me, bro, I in middle school, like getting dress coded changed my brain chemistry. Like, I hate wearing shorts to this day. I just feel so uncomfortable when I wear shorts, and I feel so uncomfortable like when I'm with friends who are like skinnier than me, and if we're wearing similar clothes, because like in middle school they would literally tell me like, okay, well you can't wear what she wears.
Right.
Like,
it truly is depending on what body you have and how they dress.
Mm-hmm.
like that's so adultifying as a little girl to be told you can't wear shorts when it's 98 degrees outside.
Yeah. Just because they're too worried about your classmates or they're literally their staff sexualizing you
Mm-hmm.
instead of correcting the behavior and teaching them that behavior.
Any adult ever making a comment about your body? Your parents, a family friend, teachers, literally anything, especially when you didn't ask for it. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you're so skinny. Oh my gosh, did you gain weight? Wow, you have big thighs just like your mom. Like, all that shit is so weird and uncalled for.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I was so young when I started thinking about body image and what my body looked like and thinking about, oh, I need to have boobs or
Same.
look like this or like that. Like, it's actually so sick.
I hated not having boobs, bro. Like, that shit used to literally, like, make me actually want to cry. Like, for why? I didn't have, like, an anatomical reason to need it. Like, I don't have kids.
Back to just being sexualized from a young age from the stuff. Like, why do I need to, like elementary school, people saying you have no ass.
Literally, I'm 12. What the fuck? What am I supposed to do? Like, I'm in elementary school. You're telling me I can't just relax and not have to worry about bra support yet? Like, I think also getting catcalled. Like,
By grown men, also.
yeah. I think the first time I got catcalled, like, in America was when I was, like, 12 and I was on the train and I was with my mom. And this is another reason I don't like shorts. I was wearing shorts. It was hot. And I was wearing, like, this, like, sheer pink top kind of. And I was, like, young. I was, like, 10. And, like, it was outfit appropriate because my mom was with me, obviously. And we were, like, on the train. And there was a guy, like, across from us. And he had a big coat on. And, like, my mom was looking at him. And, you know, after like 30 minutes or something, she gets like really mad all of a sudden and yanks me away from that cart to another one. And I'm like, what's wrong? And she's like, that man's disgusting. And after a few years, she told me what he was doing. To a 10-year-old girl under your coat on the train.
Like girls will go through stuff like that. Like every single girl will have a story like that, and then we just act like it's normal, and we don't. I don't know. We don't. Like, yeah, like you said, you get dress coded for wearing shorts instead of
What I mean,
condemning and teaching our boys like this is not okay. Because I remember getting catcalled in school. That was my first.
oh yeah.
Oh.
I wasn't even like I wasn't even in like city environments or anything like that. It was mainly a school environment where boys were saying ridiculous stuff. And it's like I'll be with like a guy friend or something like that, and they say something that's just out of pocket about a girl that we all know. I'm just like, why do you feel like that's okay? Like, what in your head says that that's okay? Because if that was something that was said to me, I would feel extremely uncomfortable. And I just thought like those things, having men yell at them while they walk down the street, is just a part of life, and that's just so ridiculous.
Yeah. I think also having like male friends teaches you a lot. Like,
Yeah, literally.
like when oh my god, also like playing video games, like being in male dominated realms teaches you some horrible shit. Like, bro, my dad like my dad, okay, he's a trucker, right? And like this is actually kind of disgusting. Like, I love him, but when we're like out, you know, sometimes when I was younger and to this day, a woman would walk in front of us and he would catcall her with me in the car. Like, he'd open the window and fully be like, and my dad has like an accent, like a Caribbean accent, obviously. So he's like, hey, mommy, come here, gal. Fat batty gal. Like, and I'm just like, in the, like,
You shouldn't do it ever.
and you know, me being me, I'm always gonna be like, bro, you're so weird. Like, you're so weird, dad. What is wrong with you? And I like will give him the most disgusted look, and I won't talk to him for the rest of the day. And he's just like, you're so dramatic. Like, you don't get it. It's funny. She thinks it's funny. It's not funny. And it's hell fucking weird, and I still don't get it.
I did cut strings over there because I forgot to bring scissors and they wouldn't let me bring
Okay.
pair of scissors. I don't know if you, it's kind of.
Should I make one? Okay, wait.
That's very frustrating. I feel like that goes back to what you were saying about how your dad treats women like that. That's an important part of how you view femininity or like yourself as a woman growing up, and that's just not a really good.
You know, like sometimes when you see dynamics like that with parents like that, it just like I wonder like how I didn't end up being more like conservative and conformist or something. I mean, maybe sometimes I am and I don't realize it, even though I think that like I'm so open-minded and I'm so smart and like whatever, I'm so not constrained by like sexism anymore or something. I am, like we all are, which is another reason that it happens. Like every person, I always say this, everyone's sexist, everyone's racist, everyone's classist. Like if you're a part of a society, you probably inherited some bias, like.
Can I ask another question?
Yeah.
What does empowerment look like for you within the context of femininity?
Um, Empowerment. I want to say it looks like whenever there's a female in charge of something or leading something, whether it's a job or a class or their family. Also supporting, like, whoever's around them, their support system, supporting them and congratulating them for their achievements, recognizing them. That's empowerment. I feel like you can empower yourself and you can also empower other women by doing that. Seeing a girl just be authentically herself with no attachment to anyone else, just herself. No parents, no boyfriend, no girlfriend, just herself. No kids. Empowerment to herself. Also, taking care of your kid. Single mothers, that's empowerment.
That's empowerment.
Yes, yes. Just being yourself, not caring who, well, obviously caring about what people think, but also doing what you have to do to get anything
Not
done.
letting people's opinions control you.
Yes, not being controlled by anyone else.
It's probably the most ultimate form of like actual power that you can have in this world is the power over yourself, like, and how, because you know you can't control how people treat you, but you can control how you react.
You can control how it affects you as well.
And there's like, yeah, I was gonna actually say before Mimi answered, like, I actually hate that word.
Empowerment?
Like, yes, like, I feel like I have so many negative connotations with it because of like kind of the memes.
Yeah,
of
kind of like the girl boss energy. I know, I completely understand that. But
Literally.
I do feel like there is a way,
that you can
yeah, you can
You're right.
stigmatize it.
Right.
If like Mimi was saying, if you're being really authentic to yourself, that is empowerment. It's not just like having to go into like male spaces and being like, man, I'm a woman type thing. But yeah.
This one's really hard to get on. Like, I'm getting so frustrated. Like, I want to cry. Okay.
Yeah, I think that we have, well, compared to like the past, I think we have many spaces where we can actively see women empowering each other and being empowered. And I think that's really special because I feel like maybe 2 years ago, not 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago, shit was not happening at all.
Like, I was just talking about video games, right? Like, one of the biggest kind of, what do you call it? Like, matches that's been recently happening is called like VCT Game Changers, and that's Valorant, which has like a really big fan base, and the whole point of it is to have people who are underrepresented, usually in esports, like at the games or yeah, like girls, like non-binary, like whatever, like it doesn't matter, right? But anyone who's like basically not a straight guy, like a basic straight guy, and it's really cool because I feel like people actually don't know sometimes how much change is happening, like how much people are kind of becoming more open-minded. Like, obviously there's always that time, like when I'm thinking of, oh my god, like VCT Game Changers, like video games are changing, people like don't hate women, then I'll be in a league game and someone will be like, you should get off, I know you're a girl, like kill yourself, and I'm like, oh, okay.
Oh my
like
gosh.
You know, but that happened to me yesterday.
League is so, oh my gosh, why is your chat on? Turn it off. I play League with the chat off.
Wait, to be honest, like, I don't know, I was entertaining it because I felt like arguing. I was arguing with like, I won. Why was he so mad? You're a Wukong with like 50 CS halfway into the game. It's crazy.
Oh my god.
Anyway. She's lip glossing. Dude, I don't know where my water bottle is. I lost it.
Just now? Oh my
Before I
gosh.
came here.
Oh, I was about to say. Okay. Have you ever felt like you have to live up to certain stereotypes just because you're a girl? Like, certain things about being a girl made you feel like insecure within yourself, or like, I need to change this about myself, or like, this is not.
Like you're too masculine or something in a way.
Yeah.
Or just like you're not the right type of girl.
I want to say, like, being a black woman, there's many different stereotypes. And I feel like you try harder to be the one that you think is most positive to society. So recently for me, I try to be like more outgoing than because, okay, let's say I'm having a conversation with like somebody older than me, right? And they'll just start giving me like these weird looks. And I won't be sure, like, ooh, is it because I'm black, or is it because I have piercings, or is it because I dress the way that I dress? And in my mind, like as a little girl, I was always told, like, oh, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. Or like, oh, it's the tone, it's your face, it's this. So recently I'm like overcompensating for just my neutral face. Like I'm being overly bubbly or overly polite. And it's just because I don't want to be viewed as this rude, angry black girl, or this like weird, quiet, reserved black girl that no one wants to talk to, or no one respects, or no one like views as intelligent. They're just gonna look at you like you're rude. And for me, that's been very hard because then I'll automatically check myself. I'm like, why did I do that? Why am I like, I don't give a fuck about what this person's talking about. I don't care what they're saying. And I'm sitting here being like, oh, and it's just like, it's so, like, I'll get disgusted with myself because I keep telling myself, like, ooh, I don't care what anybody thinks, but at the end of the day, I care what people think, and I don't want them to think that I'm this negative person. Yeah.
That's like a really hard internal battle. I feel like a lot of people, like, and I don't know, like, I have a question. Like, you know the identity that is like the weird black girl, like being the odd one out or whatever? I guess like that intersection is really hard to navigate, especially if like, I don't know, like have you heard people talk about it? Like,
yes, I've heard people also fetishize it. I saw a TikTok post today talking about, I'm sick of bad bitches, where the weird girls at? And it's some guy in a Nike Tech. Get on my face. What are you talking about?
What weird girl wants a Nike Tech boyfriend?
You don't want a weird girl.
Pixie girl so bad just to tell her that she's weird and that she's too mental.
And first of all, these weird girls that they're talking about, they're like girls on the spectrum. And it's like, no, it's crazy because like you're describing a girl who literally has ADHD or autism. Like you're describing any person on the spectrum.
Though. They don't actually want the
you
people
don't.
That are actually weird. That's what I'm saying. You're gonna tell her that she's too crazy or she's
exactly
too when you actually get her.
Because I will like they will be in spaces where they are around people, not even just girls, but people who are on the spectrum, and you're reacting to them in this weird way. But then you oh yes, I want a weird girl. I want a girl that's
no,
good at this.
Don't,
No,
bro.
you don't. No,
because then when she starts stimming in the corner and doesn't want to talk for 30 minutes, and like, you know, maybe she's just not acting in the way that you imagined. I think the problem in general is like people having archetypes of what type of girlfriend they want or whatever.
That's the problem right there. People don't want to like get a person that you already have in your head exactly what your girlfriend looks like and acts like, and that's just
people just don't want people anymore, and that's the issue. They want fucking character tropes, movie tropes. They want someone that matches their aesthetic. And it's just like, no.
Wait, what was the original question?
I'm just about to ask.
No, yeah.
Have you ever felt pressure to live up to a certain stereotype?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Oh, also, I do not consider myself as a weird black girl. However, some people do refer to me as that. And I don't like, sometimes I'll get questions or they're like, oh, like, do you do this? Do you do this? I'm like, yeah, why wouldn't I? They're just like, oh, you're not really black, so da-da-da-da.
That's the thing. That's the thing. Especially with a black girl, you have to, like, especially when it comes to living up to a stereotype. Like you said, there's very specific types of black girls, and if you don't fit into one, you're automatically a weird and you're an outcast and you're not really black.
Yes.
It's so weird.
Heavy on you're not really black. Tuh. I think a lot of women also fall into, like, they just get wrapped into what people want them to be.
Yeah.
So it's like, I'll see posts about whitewashed black girls, and it'll be some black girl with straight hair wearing, like, Lululemon. I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
Let her live her life, man. So what?
If she cute, she cute.
She can let her live her life, man. She don't say the N word, okay. All her friends are white, okay. Let her, like, she's still actively black.
But like also, how can you judge someone's anythingness? Like
literally based off a couple posts, like you don't know what this girl has going on.
To say that somebody is whitewashed or isn't black for literally acting their authentic selves is just reinforcing the stereotypes that we try to get away from.
Mm-hmm.
If you talk too proper or this or that, you're not black enough, and it doesn't make sense.
Mm-hmm.
But Naomi, what do you think?
Like, I think from my perspective, right, like Guyanese, like growing up, I don't know, I feel like I was never a good girl. Like I wasn't good at being a girl. Like I felt like I was always doing everything wrong because even though I liked stereotypical girl things, like I always liked makeup, I always liked cooking. Like those are things that I guess people want their little girls to like, and I did like them, and I was like into that, and I'm still into those things. But I was also like kind of loud. Like my mom used to complain all the time. She'd be like, "Women speak like this, men speak like that. You're not a man." And like, you know, to this day, she'll just tell me like, speak with an indoor voice, speak like a young woman, speak like a young lady, and like cross your legs. And I'm not supposed to drink out of a can. Stupid shit like that. That really, to me, has nothing to do with anything. Like nothing gets changed by that.
Shit like that those little minuscule rules they try to put on everything.
Because if you could sit here and give me a reason,
Right.
I'll live with it. But
Never
you
have a
can't.
reason.
So I don't know. I felt like. Yeah, I don't know, like my idea of being a girl within my culture was always kind of weird. And yeah, I never felt like I properly fit there. And, you know, I probably still don't because I have a lot of loud opinions and whatever. And Guyanese women are not supposed to be like that. So.
Ooh, bless you. I think my experience growing up was a little bit different. I was more on the quiet side. No, it wasn't my fault, man. Listen, every time I opened my mouth, there was somebody to be like, watch your tone. You shouldn't be saying that. Da-da-da. So then I was like, okay, I'm going to, you know, tone it down. I'm going to like reserve my thoughts, whatever. And that also did not get perceived well. My mom had this friend, and we stayed with her because her mom had cancer and she was struggling. She needed help. So I'm like, okay, let me, you know, get my belongings, go over there, whatever, because I want to help. I knew the lady, like, she was like a grandmother to me. So I was like, okay, yeah, let's do this. So her daughter also had, was it her son? No, it was her godson, okay, and this boy was stupid. He was so dumb. We were around the same age. He couldn't even multiply, okay? He could not multiply. I think we were around the age of 12.
Oh!
He could not multiply. Oh my God, no, he's still stupid, okay? So we would visit her in the hospital, but he would I think he visited one time, and after that he stopped coming. But me, I would always go. I would always go to the hospital. I was like, ooh, let me like, you know, because she's on her deathbed basically. Yeah. And her daughter would complain about how I was acting when I was there. Mind you, I got there, I would get on my phone, I would put on my headphones, I would talk to her, I would ask her if she needed anything. And it was just like so annoying. There was one time where I walked in and they were changing her. And I walk in and I just like get hit with the smell. I'm like, oh no. So I walk back out and then I come back in. I'm like, I say something to her and then I go sit down. Mind you, the boy is following behind me and he just like goes and sits down. And then his godmom gets up and starts yelling at me, screaming at me, saying that I was being rude, that I didn't say anything to her, da-da-this, da-da-da. And it was like, she just kept finding little things to talk about. And then I would be like, wait, but he's doing the same thing. Like, he's doing the same exact things that you're accusing me of doing. And I don't think that she had like any ill will or intent to me. it was just like she paid too much attention to me instead of her son because I was like this frail little girl who needed help, that. So it's just like having that experience where you can actually see like the stereotypes and just like being judged. The expectations of what you're supposed to do as a girl versus this boy who's the same age as you, who can't fucking multiply, who doesn't say shit when he walks into a room. That little boy didn't say shit to anyone. And they would just like
scrutinize you.
Yes. Right. And it was so frustrating. I felt so bad about myself. It was awful. And mind you, I'm staying there for like a month or two. It was even like, we went to her funeral and I had to skip school to go. And he didn't have school on the day of her funeral. He didn't even show up. And his godmom was still actively talking shit about me. It was horrible. Like, I don't know what her issue was. But the point is, it's like you can actively see how you're being treated as a girl versus how this boy, who is in the same situation as you, same stats, who is just same exact stats, but I can multiply. And it's just like, you can tell how much higher you're weighed than this boy. That's real. And it's just like doing all of that, and then you're like, oh, I have to become this person, so that I have to be just right. I can't be too much. I can't be too little. I have to be like right in the middle and just enough. And it's so stressful.
I feel like this could have been answered by some of the stuff you guys said, but what is something that you wish more people understood about womanhood and just being a woman?
What? Women who are?
No, womanhood or like being a woman. Like, you wish people understood. Probably like. Maybe that like everything takes a little bit more time sometimes. Like, okay, you know when like recently, right? There's been a lot of people more than ever before talking about how cars, when they test seatbelts, they don't test for women's body size. So women are more likely to die in car accidents. And this is the case for Advil. For any like common ibuprofen, they don't test how it affects women. They actually only test the pills on men. So the milligrams are different actually. And like there are certain different effects. There's like so many things that applies to where like you're not considered when you're a woman, right? And if you want to do something or if you want to be good at something, you have to go that extra step to ensure that like it happens, or to secure your spot, to secure your position. Like when I was younger and I was really into debate, because I'm not anymore, because the debate world is cruel to women, I will say. Like, is it easy sometimes? Because like, you know, like the format is so educational that like, you know, if you're good, you're good. And but the way you're perceived matters so much. And like being seen as weak is not good, right? And how do you portray yourself as strong when at the end of the day, like, you are feminine and you are a woman, and the world just doesn't view femininity as strong. That's really hard. And like I feel like that's one of those spaces that I first started seeing like the difficulty, I guess, you know, with that.
What I would want other people to understand?
Yeah, like.
I would say like, I think that our society views men and women as different species instead of the same, right? Like, let's say you make a mistake, they're gonna blame you for being a woman. A man makes the same mistake, they're gonna be like, oh, he's just stupid. I think that people should understand that like we're all human, we're all people. We all do things because we're human, not because of this gender. Like the gender roles, our gender roles, it's literally a social construct. Like they aren't real. They are not real. Like our society constructed this, they made this, and we have to live by it. And it's like your opinion on women, or like this person doing this because they're women, that's an opinion, it's not a fact. Like you it's because we're human. It's not because I have a fucking vagina. Like, that's not, it's just not what, like, to be a woman is to be human. It's not to be like this submissive, pathetic, lesser than being. And it's hard, and they should be a little more lenient, because it's like, it's just stacked against us constantly. It doesn't matter what obstacles you get over, there's still going to be more, because you're a woman, more significantly than a man would face. Yeah.
That was all I had.
Okay.
We got 40 minutes actually, so.
Oh
Oh,
shit,
yay.
really? Damn. It didn't even feel like that long.
It did not.
I might have to cut out that one part where it got super duper loud in here.
Yeah, like
Aw.
around
See
there.
how the mics picked it up.
Okay.
Thank you guys so much. It was a really good conversation. It was very good, exactly what I wanted. You guys want to say goodbye to the camera?
Bye.
Bye.